But she asked that you make a announcement that due to the technical issue, it may not be functioning on the live end, but will be posted later after the recording's done.
On
Thank
the
you.
city side, if by chance it doesn't go out to YouTube, at least it's still live through Zoom out to the public because they have the access to come into this meeting live.
Right.
It's our room. Sure, Ricky should be getting in here in a minute or two. There he is. Okay. Call the May 17th, 2021 meeting of the Coatesville Redevelopment Authority to order. We did conduct an executive session prior to this meeting to discuss real estate and legal matters. We are having some technical difficulties with going live, but it's being recorded and will be posted later if we're unsuccessful in having it live. First thing we have on our agenda, approval of the minutes. Questions, changes, deletions, modifications? If not, could I get a motion?
I'll make a motion. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack. I'll second that.
Okay, Jack and Ricky made a motion. All those in favor of approving the minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We have accounts payable, which Ruth Ann has included in our meeting packet here. Excuse me. Questions on the payables? I'd make a motion to approve them.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jack. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you.
My room's on now, right?
We do have some additions to our agenda this evening. Under new business, letter A is an apple, is the approval of the operating and maintenance plan for our raise application. Colleen Terry needs us to approve that in order to include it in the grant application. Letter B is in boy would be to approve the redevelopment RDA's audit for 2020. Letter C is in Charlie would be to approve the combo resolution for dot grants. And letter D, as in David, would be to authorize our solicitor, Mr. Kumadal, to pursue the office parcel getting back to the RDA and away from Coatesville office associates.
Can you repeat D?
D,
I'm sorry, not D, B. Can you repeat
B is
D?
in boy,
Yes, B is in boy.
RDA audit, approval of the RDA audit.
Okay, I got
Mr.
it.
Chairman, I think that audit is for multiple years, 19 and 20.
Yeah, I knew, is it both?
Yeah.
That's my fault. 19 and 20. I'm unaware of any presentations. Ruth Ann, were you notified of any presentations?
No, we don't have any.
Thank you. Citizens' comments on agenda items. Do you have anything, Sonny?
There's nothing here in this platform.
Thank you. Informational items that we have on our agenda. 190 West Lincoln Highway did get their certificate of occupancy. I have not seen anyone moving into the building yet, but they do have their certificate of occupancy. So if you haven't been by there, please drive by, and take a look at it. It's beautiful.
Yep.
We did get some information from NSEC on the Flats project. They submitted some information, as they're required to with the monthly reports. They will be working by July 15th on the Riverwalk easement. That's between the developer and the city. They are also working with the city and expect to have it done by August 1st on some ordinance issues. They are working with both the city and Valley Township on ordinance issues. Again, August 1 is when they expect approval. They expect to get zoning approval from the city by October 1st, zoning approval from Valley Township by October 1st. Remember, the rear of the property, that 3-acre parcel along Glencrest East, is in Valley Township. Stormwater management approval, they expect to have that by January 5th of 2022 for both the city and Valley Township. They expect by January 5th also to have all the utility approvals from the city and the township. By February 1 of 2022, they anticipating having the necessary highway permits for both city and township, and expect by March 1 to have a building permit. The environmental approvals are going to be based on their due diligence, so I guess they have to do some additional studies before they can give us a date when they anticipate having that completed. Their ongoing expected timeline for funding commitments. The philanthropical piece that they have is they have early support from cycling enthusiasts. They expect to have renderings later this month to be able to show potential investors and supporters. Public financing, they expect by the end of May or early June to have a list of what public money they would like to go after. Debt financing, they have talked to several of their banks and they are making revisions to their pro forma at this time. Their private and equity capital, they expect to work on that in the second quarter, and that is once they have the renderings and so forth to be able to show potential investors. So we did get an update, which is very good. The Brandywine Dam, I passed the information along to Todd's Tree Service so he can contact the gentleman at Cleveland to get access in there to get those trees. I will follow up with him and see when he plans on doing that work. Under new business, the first item that we have is the operating and maintenance plan for the proposed garage, which needs to be included in the build grant by Colleen to try and get the funding we need to build this facility. That was prepared by, geez, I'm terrible with this guy's name.
Somebody.
Steve Krug.
Steve Krug, yeah.
Prepared this operating and maintenance plan. So we need to approve Colleen using it in the build grant. It is not, we're not locked in by approving using this to following it should we build the garage and go into operations.
Shouldn't we change that to Raise since that's the new name?
For the raise application.
Yeah.
So your pleasure on that, gentlemen?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Thank you, Jack.
I'll second that, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. All those in favor of approving the operating and maintenance plan for the raise application?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. The next item we have is approval of the RDA 2019-2020 audit, which in essence is holding the city up. They really need to get this, we need to get this to the city. And Carl Hogan was at our executive session and gave us a review of that audit.
I make
Can I
a
get a
motion to
motion?
approve the audit.
Thank you, Tyrone. I would second that. All those in favor of approving the audit? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. The next item we have is approval of the combo resolution, which is required by PennDOT. Basically, it's authorizing the chairman and vice chairman of the RDA to submit invoices to DOT grants. And that's how we get reimbursed for the work that Pannoni and other contractors do on the train station and so forth.
I'll make that motion to approve that resolution.
Thank you, Joe. Could I get a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Ricky. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The last item we have under new business is letter D as in David, would be to authorize our solicitor, Mr. Coatesville, to pursue negotiations to revest the title of the office parcel next to the hotel back to the RDA. Could I get a motion on that?
I make that motion.
Thank you, Tyrone. A second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jack. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Any citizens' comments, Sonny?
No, sir.
Thank you. Our next meeting is June 21st, 2021. I'd like to thank everybody for their time this evening. These meetings go real fast on Zoom. I'm sure everyone's seen First Avenue's moving along nicely. They were in there doing some blacktopping today. And I think James had told us before that it would be September before it's finally completed, but that's moving forward. I'm not certain on 204, 206. I haven't heard anything about how they're making out with the restaurant, axe throwing club, renovations. Have they gotten permits and so forth, James, do you know, or?
No, we have not seen permits or anything issued yet. I haven't, but I'll check with our codes department tomorrow.
Thank you. So hopefully, we can get some things moving here and keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Zeke, I will be sending you tomorrow the PennDOT combo resolution for e-signature. The
Okay.
gentleman from PennDOT said that PennDOT is accepting those for e-signature, so that'll go out to you and Mr. Burkholder tomorrow.
Well, that's what I was asking James about opening up. The last I heard when I spoke to Steve Panko, and he's the contact I use for DOT grants at PennDOT, he said they weren't expected to get back in the office till at least July. And who knows if that'll get extended, what's going to happen. So I'm glad they're accepting the e-signatures to make it a little quicker.
Right.
I look forward to that, Lou.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening. Appreciate your time.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
have a good night.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Good night.